This video will show you how to make 3 beautiful projects using Wissmach's catalog of colored frit powder and the downloadable templates on our website. Each project is designed to be a 5" by 5" object that can be slumped into a dish or set in a plate stand. The first project is the simplest and requires only one firing to fuse the design. Use the downloadable template to create a stencil. I prefer using cardstock or cardboard instead of paper for my stencil. I also attach tabs of tape to the sides of the stencil to make it easier to lift off the glass. You will need 2 layers of glass to make each project. The top layer, or design layer, can be any color, such as this oyster pearl, and the bottom layer can be clear. Having your design layer raised from the table makes it easier to pick up after you have applied the stencil. Place the stencil directly on the surface of the glass. You will need a powder sifter to apply the frit powder. For the cat, I'm using black frit powder. Always wear an N95 mask when working with frit powder. Apply the powder in an even manner over the entire stencil. Then, carefully remove the stencil using the tabs of tape. If you don't like how the stencil turned out, tap off the powder and try again. Otherwise, place the top design layer on a layer of clear glass on the kiln shelf. Fire the project using this firing schedule, which is also available on our website. The second project is a 2-color image of tulips. The template for both portions of the image are available in the downloads. Each color will have to be fired separately using the same firing schedule as in the first project. The first firing will be of the grass and flower stems. I will again be using oyster pearl as the base for my design layer. Place the stencil on the glass, lining up the bottom of the stencil with the bottom of the glass. You can see I've also drawn the border of the glass on my stencil. This is an optional step to help ensure proper registration of the image. Again, wear your N95 mask and use a powder sifter. For the grass and stems, I'm using 9607 olive green powder. Apply it evenly across the entire design area. Then carefully remove the stencil and place the design layer on a layer of clear glass in the kiln. Fire to the same schedule as the first project. To add the flowers to the project, line up the flower stencil with the tops of the flower stems. For the flowers, I will be using 9604 Classic Violet. Apply the powder, then refire the object using the same firing schedule. The last project in this tutorial is a 3-color stencil featuring a boat, the ocean, and waves. Each color will be fired separately onto the project. The first layer I will fire will be the boat. I'm using sky blue opal as my base color, and black frit powder for the boat stencil. Fire using the same schedule as projects 1 and 2. The second layer is the ocean stencil. I line up the ocean stencil with the bottom and the sides of my glass. I've also drawn roughly where the boat is. For the ocean, I'm using 9643 Sea Blue Transparent. Unfired, the two blues seem similar, but the difference can be seen after firing. Now I'm ready to stencil my waves, which will go on top of the ocean to create movement. For the waves, I'm using 9620 Midnight Blue Transparent. Then it's back in the kiln for the last fuse. All three projects will look lovely flat in a plate stand, but they will also make cute dishes. If you wish to slump the projects, I recommend using a sushi slumping mold. And fire using this schedule, which is also available in the downloads on our website. We hope this video inspires you to add your own touches to these stencil projects. Happy kiln forming!